True or false, at the start of World War II, African Americans were forced to serve in segregated or separate units from whites. True, false. Who were the Tuskegee Airmen? A. African American pilots who fought in World War II. Excuse me. B. Women who built airplanes during the war effort. C. Japanese Americans who flew soldiers over to the Pacific to fight against Japan. The Code Talkers were Native Americans who A. refused to fight during the war, B. worked in factories on the West Coast, C. served in the military using their native language to receive and send messages. How did women support the war effort? Choose all that are correct. A. Stayed at home and cared for the kids while their husbands were overseas. B. worked in factories to build war materials. C. Volunteered for non-combat roles in the military. Fill in the blank. Due to fear and suspicion after the attack on Pearl Harbor, many blank were placed in internment camps in the U.S. Jewish Americans, African Americans, Japanese Americans, German Americans. To help pay for the war, the government sold these, a way for citizens to contribute directly to the war effort. A. War bonds. B. Tariffs. C. Victory patches. True or false? Many factories and industries converted to making war supplies during World War II. True, false. What was the purpose of scrap drives? A. To save food and other resources for American soldiers. B. To protest for better equality and pay for African Americans during the war. C. To collect recyclable goods such as rubber, tin, aluminum, and steel for the war effort. Fill in the blank. Americans also planted victory gardens to contribute blank for the war effort. Cotton, rubber, food, scrap metal. FDR and Winston Churchill agreed that Allied forces should focus on fighting where to start? A. The Atlantic Ocean. B. Europe. C. The Pacific. The invention of radar and sonar helped in what area of the war? A. The Battle of the Atlantic. B. Battle of Stalingrad. C. The Battle of North Africa. Fill in the blank. The battle for North Africa, due to its environment and geography, involved blank warfare. Airplane, chemical, submarine, tank. What was the impact of Doolittle's raid? Choose all that are correct. A. Boosted spirits of Americans after Pearl Harbor. B. Destroyed the Japanese Navy. C. Showed Japan that they could be attacked and defeated. Fill in the blank. Allied forces used the strategy of blank in the Pacific, capturing individual islands at a time to move closer to victory. Jungle jumping, island hopping, convoys, land bridging. True or false? Japanese fighters were very dedicated to their causes and their country, and sometimes used kamikazes or suicide pilots during battle. True, false. What was D-Day? The surrender of Germany, the invasion of France, the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Battle of the Bulge. A. was a last offensive attack attempt by Germany. B. involved the bombing of Paris after the Allies invaded. C. resulted in the Soviet Union backing out of World War II. After the invasion of Berlin, Adolf Hitler, A. committed suicide. B. was captured and put on trial. C. escaped to Italy. True or false? The battles of Iwo Jima and the Okinawa saw some of the deadliest fighting of the war in the Pacific. True, false. Which two cities in Japan were the targets of the droppings of the atomic bombs? A. Hiroshima. B. Nagasaki. C. Tokyo. The Nuremberg trials. A. made Japan a territory of the United States. B. put former Nazis and their associates on trial for war crimes. C. allowed Japanese Americans to sue in court due to their treatment in internment camps in the U.S. True or false? Japan was placed under the control of the U.S. military after World War II to help create a new economy and government. True, false. Fill in the blank. Blank was divided among the Americans, the British, the French, and the Soviets after World War II, but it would become a spot of tension during the Cold War. Germany, Poland, Italy, Egypt. How were Americans impacted by World War II? Think about the home front and the fighting that took place. You may use the audio option to record your answer.